Jacob and Haley.
Mm.
Same old. They go out. They're looking at their wedding photos. But instead of triggering happiness and joy, it triggered something very different.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just like stirred up weird feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob kind of like flashing back to remembering how awkward them at the altar, like how awkward it was. And when he kissed her and she like pulled away.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was watching it in the photos and realized like, damn, she didn't fuck with me from minute one.
Yeah. Like you really didn't like me.
You really didn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're off at dinner. Haley gives like a cute little cheers, and Jacob is just like not into it. And basically just like goes in on her and says like, I feel like you look past me. He went in. He's done. He's and like done.
You could tell he's done because he kept eating.
Yup.
Like he had a mouthful of steak right here, a cheek right here, and he was like, "You just don't fuck with me. In 4 weeks, you could be done with me." I was like, "Damn,
that's so true." Jacob was so finished. He told her that he feels like she looks past him when they're in a room together. She's just like not present. And then he said what all of this is between them. He's like, I don't know how to bridge a connection with you because I feel like you don't want one with me.
Yeah. Yep.
Plain and simple.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
She wants nothing to do with him. And
she is trying to make this work because she doesn't want to say, I tried. She doesn't want it to be that she didn't try her best. That's why she's staying in this.
That's why she's still here and didn't walk away.
She's not trying her best though. She's not. She's just staying in it because she doesn't want to give up.
Yeah. Yeah. So they just, they're sparring. They're going back and forth. They're talking about physical touch. Jacob just wants a hug. Like he just wants a hug. And Haley is like disgusted by his hugs.
Yeah.
She doesn't even want to touch him. Which is very strange because they had sex. And so Jacob is like very confused in his head as to like,
oh my God, that sex must have been terrible.
It must have been horrible.
Oh. Man, Jacob.
And so they're talking about hugs, and he says to her, "You hug strangers," and she's like, "Yeah, and I never have to see them again." And he, with the food on the one side of his mouth,
listen, cut the piece of that steak, and he said, "Well, you don't have to see me neither, girl. Me and my $3 be out.
You don't have to see me in about 6 weeks, so that's fine by me." I was like, "Woo, damn, Jacob is finito."
Dunzo. He's just going for this free rent. I guess he just wants to live somewhere else for another month. Oh,
they
God.
are at a dead end. There's nothing left. There was nothing left, but also nothing really got started. Either.
Yeah.
Which is really bizarre.
It's sad.
But he said it best. He said, I guess we're just going to die a slow death until we get divorced.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we'd have to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
For anything to happen. And that's where he's at. Like, Haley's sitting there doing nothing. He's like, you're sitting here doing nothing. Yeah. So can we just call it quits now? Or what's the point of this? We don't like each other. So, so hard to watch. Yeah. Now, Erik and Virginia, for their date, they go flying. He takes her flying. They look at wedding photos.
At his family's plane hangar.
Yeah.
Which I looked up pricing. Because I'm the classiest bitch in podcasting.
Bitch.
And they are anywhere between $500,000 and $1.5 million. Just the hangar. No planes.
Just the hangar? Wow. Erik is rich.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, he took her up. He did the whole zero gravity thing. She was having the time of her life. So that's the thing. They have little elements where they just like have moments. So much fun together.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this match is trash.
No, I think, honestly, I do think that if Erik and Virginia started off as boyfriend, girlfriend, and not married, they probably could maybe come to a place where they could meet. Both of them could meet in the middle. Like he could start to be like, oh yeah, your gay sister is, absolutely. Yeah, you can bring our kids to a protest. Yeah, Rocky's fine. The dog's only a year old. Fine. She could be like, oh yeah, Tex is fine. Maybe I'll move in with you in this raggedy apartment with this weird fireplace. Yeah, like, let's do it. And they could come together in like 6 months. But then being married and then having the option to be like, nah, I gotta go. Yeah. It's like, I think that's what's killing them. I think so.
That's a good point. Because they have something good there. They get along really great. There's like definite potential, but just the timeline of it is impacting both of them. He wants a wife that's home and doing the thing like today. Yeah. Like he wants that role filled ASAP. And Virginia is still trying to hang up Thursday nights. She's still just trying to hang that up.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Clara and Ryan. Ryan takes Clara on a helicopter ride. And as they're waiting for the helicopter to go up, he says something like, "Oh, thanks, pal." Pal.
I missed that. Oh my God, that's horrible.
Oh yeah. Clara caught that real quick. She was like, "Pal?" It's the pal thing. And he's like, "Oh no, thanks, wife. I mean wife."
Wife? That's worse.
He is. Oh God. He's moving so slow. He another one that shouldn't have been married at first sight. He needs a girlfriend. He needs time to get this thing together, build comfort, yada yada. This ain't it, man. So yeah, they're just kind of sitting there. They're just so dry. I mean,
silence.
We haven't even seen them kiss. Have you realized that? Clara and Ryan? Have we seen them kiss?
I don't know. Their wedding.
Like on the lips.
Just the wedding. That's the only thing I can think of.
Just the wedding.
Yeah.
Man, he is so boring. She is really wanting this really bad. And looks miserable though. Like she didn't really look that excited on the helicopter. Like they go back to his house afterwards and they're eating and kind of just like eating in silence.
Yeah.
And she said a whole bunch of nice things about, the marriage going well and, this is what she wanted and all this stuff. And he like breaks the silence to make a joke about the house.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's really bothering me over there.
Yeah. And then they sit and watch the wedding video. Like there's just like the chemistry is like not really there.
Flat. Yeah.
Very, very flat. And Clara knows it. She's starting to look bothered and unsure, and like she can't really fix her face anymore. Like that's we're at that point that she's showing it all now on her face.
There's no poker face. Oh, Clara.
Nope, that shit's gone. Ship has sailed. Now Erik and Virginia, they where am I at? They have a nice little dinner. They exchange gifts. He gets her a poster with GPS coordinates on it.
They're like longitude and latitude of where they got married or some shit like that. I don't know.
Where they met. And they're just...
Your face! Because, like, what is that? Yeah, I don't know.
Big old poster with some numbers on it. Like, coordinates of... whatever. Yeah. Anyways, they just continue to sidestep their issues. They have great nights.
Yeah.
Where they are all in love and whatever. And this is one of those nights because they are not talking about shit. But we gonna get to that. Now, Erik and Virginia, they're in bed. I'm guessing this is like the next day. Talking about their dogs. And Erik complains about Virginia's dog. What's the dog's name again?
Rocky.
Rocky. And how Rocky is very undisciplined and he doesn't like it. Keep in mind, to Rocky's defense, Roxy is 1 year old. He is a puppy.
Little baby.
Little baby. He's so cute. He's full of energy.
Yes.
He's one.
Yeah.
And so Erik is just in a huff about this dog. And Virginia, she says, well, good thing he's not your dog.
Ooh.
And which is the fighting words, the mama is coming to protect her cub.
Yep.
So Erik is like, well, he's half my dog now. He's so big on that too. Like, we're married. It's half this. We're together now. Like, he just keeps pushing that narrative, which I don't know why he hasn't recognized. That drives her insane. That makes her feel trapped. That gives her anxiety. Like,
he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's not like listening to the signs. She also kind of like lashes out. She like shuts down for a long time and then she lashes out on him. And he's not picking up the cues. Oof.
Yeah. Oof. No, not at all. So he's like, well, Rocky's half my dog. So unless you want this to end right now, that's another thing. He keeps threatening to leave. Yep. Yeah. Rocky keeps getting in between us, blah, blah, blah. So Virginia, she's done with this. She storms out and she's crying, talking to producer. She's like, I was depressed when I got Rocky. Rocky saved my life. I've told him this.
Yeah, very interesting that Rocky's only a year old and Rocky saved her life. And now she's on a TV show. Get married.
You were depressed a few months back, girl.
Whew, girl, that's a lot. I don't know.
That is a lot.
Oh,
good
God.
And then she also reveals that they are this little fight is fresh off of a fight from
another
the night before.
Fight. Yep.
So Virginia comes back from walking Rocky. She crawls back into the bed and she flat out says, she's like, I don't like pretending like we're okay and we're not. We have a lot of issues.
We got a lot going on, sir.
A lot going on. And we see footage of that night before where they're fighting. The story is apparently they were at a bar. She like disappeared for 40 minutes.
She disappeared for 40 minutes. He got drunk and lost his phone in the Uber. Like messy.
A mess. And she's like, you're so controlling when you're drunk. It's not protective. It's controlling. And every time you get drunk, you get mad at me. And just... Now they got Erik drink. Erik is out here drinking, being a drunk, a horrible version of himself. This man didn't even seem like he really drank much at all, or was at the bars at all. Now he's in this lifestyle with Virginia where they are throwing back drinks, fighting at the bar. Like,
oh, God. No, because he can't take it. He's 34, 43, obviously. And like, his body can't take it. He obviously switches personalities or amplifies whatever he has already.
They are a full mess. So Virginia, in the midst of all this, has a damn near panic attack.
Yeah, she's sitting there shaking and like
she's
not doing,
having anxiety attack. Yeah. Not doing well.
Yeah.
And she just kind of keeps saying, she's like, I feel like I'm drowning. And Erik, his response, this is where he had me fucked up. Because he basically, you see her reeling. You see her like kind of unraveling. She's not doing well.
Yeah.
And he, for whatever reason, in the midst of this, feels the need to bring up the fact that he's been hurt before. I'm always the one that gets hurt.
Yeah.
I've been hurt before, and bringing all that up. And it's like, this is not the time to be comparing apples to oranges and y'all out here just like battling who's been hurt the most. Homegirl needs some comforting right now.
Yeah.
Help her.
Yeah. I think it's for any sort of person with empathy. They can see when the inside is showing on the outside, right? Virginia's inside's emotions are now being reflected outside.
Physically, yes.
Yes. Why? This is not the time for you, young sir.
No.
This is the time for Miss Virginia.
Period.
Oh, God. And whenever he said...
around, same thing.
Yes. And whenever he said, like, what do you want? What do you want? It was very demanding and not comforting. And right now, she really can't say what she wants right now.
Yeah, no.
You know?
He's really testing her, too, because he really is testing her to see, like, do you want marriage?
Yeah.
Do you really want this? Do you want it? Because he's seeing so many signs that she's not ready. But him also berating her constantly, like, I can leave. If you don't want this, this is marriage life. This is what a wife does. Like, is not making her feel any more comfortable in that role. So... but yeah, Virginia full on has a panic attack. She's like, I feel like a horrible dog mom. I miss my cats. I feel like I'm doing horrible at my relationships. I feel like I'm living a whole different life now.
Yeah.
She like doesn't recognize her life. She doesn't recognize herself. She feels she's sitting next to the stranger man who like, she quote unquote loves, but also like hates a lot of things that he says and does. And also, he makes her feel like she's the issue and he's perfect. She's making all these sacrifices and he's just like sitting willy-nilly, just like waiting for her to like get her shit together.
Yeah.
And so that's like very overwhelming, and I definitely understand her feeling like she's drowning.
For sure. Yes. I think any woman in a heterosexual relationship I can speak for has been there. Where you're like, fuck, who the fuck are you?
Who are you?
I gave up watching Drag Race every Friday for you. What? Who is you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. The sacrifices.
Yeah, sacrifices we make.
We make. Virginia though, she has a lot going on though. Her whole life did change. Honestly.
Yeah.
Now Clara and Ryan Quick, they have a tantric yoga person come over. I don't know what they thought this was gonna do for them.
Especially not Ryan.
Especially Ryan. It looked, goofy and didn't even look like a lot of fun. They didn't look like they had fun at all.
It looked very reminiscent of Serena at the Matt date. Remember when Serena was looking at him like, please get me out of here. Please, what are we doing? Please. And he was like, home. My man was doing Ojai breaths. He was in it.
Hey guys, that's a little taste of this week's episode. If you want to hear the full recap,
head on over to patreon.com/2blackgirls1rose and sign up to get weekly recaps and other Bachelor content from us.
See you next week.